American University in Bulgaria, and I plan to major in political science and international relations with a minor in French, because I want to continue my further education or a career in France, and to do that I need to have a sort of base knowledge in French. I plan to graduate in 2023 even with COVID-19. I find life at the American University in Bulgaria, it's quite liberating, but at the same time it has a lot of temptations that I need a lot of self-discipline to actually keep myself focused on study. I think my difficulties when I first arrived there, these are more along my side rather than what college has to offer. But when I first arrived there, I was struck with a sort of loneliness that one could hardly feel when he or she came from or was in such a environment such as Vietnam. You know, it's a close and closely connected environment, and when you go there, it's pretty much everyone for himself or herself, and then you have friends in between. So it's quite a new thing, I'd say, that I struggle first for the first few weeks to a month when I first came there. I would say I overcame those difficulties by just talking to people, basically. I have always been known as a sort of mediator. So when I talk to people and I get to know them, then, you know, like my loneliness, it dissipated because we get to know each other, and I make friends pretty easy. So that's how I overcame my loneliness. I think in terms of academic, then COVID-19 really put me to a challenge, because I have to conduct online classes. Until now, I am at the end of my second semester, actually, with online classes. And it, to be honest, is quite challenging, because normal classes are hard already, and you need to have the presence of the professor, you need to have the presence of your classmates in the class, like physical presence, and you need to be in there to actually have the immersion and the college experience. But when you move things online, things just aren't that way. People are just images through a screen. So it requires also a sort of self-discipline to actually stay focused in class. I think EIS really prepared me for college life by applying the holistic approach to education. EIS basically made me a holistic student, well-rounded, and be able to adapt in pretty much any situation. So I talked a bit about self-discipline in college in general, and also in online classes. But I think one other example that I would like to mention is how EIS taught me to be resourceful and, you know, seize the moment. For example, when COVID first hit, and I had a few friends who were there on exchange and they had to go back home, and they left the lunch card with me saying I can use them however I want. So it was a lot of money. It was around 600 level, which is, I'd say, around $500 in lunch card money. And so I contacted a professor at my university, and we basically bought the entire cafe at my university, and we donated them to Bulgarian families who are actually in need of food and supplies. during that, hard and difficult time. So I think without the approach that EIS gave me, I wouldn't have thought of actually contacting that professor and doing that whole thing at that point. I plan to graduate in 2023. After that, I'm thinking of continuing my higher education in France, hopefully Sciences Po, but then my French friends say there are much better schools than that, so we'll have to see. And after that, I hope to work for an NGO or an intergovernmental organization like the United Nations. I'd say that my advice to the grade 11, grade 12 of ES now are that enjoy yourself, because in itself, the IB diploma is not an end, it's a journey, because it doesn't end with the IB diploma. It would lead you to college and then to further destinations along your life. So just enjoy yourself, enjoy the ride, but at the same time have, some self-awareness and some discipline, because it is very easy to, how do I put this? Because it is very easy to actually stray away along the way and, forget what you were here for, basically.